Hi everyone, this is Archangeli. Today I'm going to show you how to remove default eyes out of a Dollfie Dream. This is Rise Kujikawa. She's the newest doll that I have recently added to my doll family, and I don't particularly like her default eyes, so I'm going to be removing them. So let's just start the process. So I'm going to take off her wig and her wig cap. And actually I'm just going to remove the head. So if you've never removed a Dollfie Dream head before, it's actually very simple. You want to squeeze the top of the neck joint, grasp her firmly by the ears, and just pull, and the head will come right off. And you can have a nice look at Rise's face up here. She's got a lovely smile, and she actually has teeth painted in her default face up as well. She's got a lovely sculpted nose and really big ears. You may notice that I'm wearing white cotton gloves. This is completely optional if you prefer to just wash your hands. You don't need to go out and get yourself gloves, but because I'm going to be handling the head quite a bit, I just personally prefer to be wearing gloves. So to remove the top of the head cap, with the new vinyl head caps, it's actually very easy to remove them. You just have to give her a squeeze and it comes right out. So this is what the inside of the head looks like. The eyes are glued in with a low temperature glue, and it's actually a little bit tacky wearing gloves, but if you touch it, it's actually a little bit tacky still. So to remove the eyes, the method that I find is easiest is just to push from the outside. So if you push, this is a little bit macabre, but if squeezing will help too. I'm having a bit of difficulty. There you go, I just heard a click. If you squeeze and push, there you go. See that? The glue in the eyes coming out in one piece already. So let's work on the other eye. Squeeze and push. This one's actually glued in a lot more tightly. There we go. And there you have it. Her eyes have come out with the glue all in one neat piece. Occasionally when you remove default eyes out of a Dollfie Dream head, you may find a bit of cracking along the edges of the eyes. This is actually, I think, a result of the hot glue. Now I just gave the eyes a push and it came right out of the glue really easily. Let's put those up there. And that's the other eye, it just came right out of the glue. So now Rise has no eyes. I'm actually going to try a new pair of eyes on her right now. So I'm going to take my gloves off. Only because it's difficult to work with the eye putty when I have gloves on. So this stuff is, there we go, silicone ear plugs that you can get at any drugstore. If you're in the UK, you can find them at Boots. If you're in Canada, you can find them at Shoppers Drug Mart. If you live in the US, there's a company called Max, M-A-C-K''S, that makes silicone earplugs, and you can either order them online or find them at the drugstore. So I'm just going to grab one of these and roll it out. So another reason I was having a bit of difficulty pushing Rise's eyes out is because I do have ridiculously long nails, which is another reason that I chose to wear gloves, because I didn't want to scratch her face up. So here's some resin eyes that I bought in Japan at Dollfie 27. These are Ron Shuka brand resin eyes. And so I'm just going to take the silicone putty, just kind of wrap it around the edge of the eye. It doesn't have to be precise. There we go. and just roughly position them. Whoops. And that's that. So let's do the other eye now. So again, just roll out the earplug. So I'm just positioning that around the eye. And then you just kind of plop that in there. And I'm doing this very, very roughly and quickly just for the sake of the video, but I usually would be a little more attentive about positioning her eyes. So I think that looks okay. Let's have a look. There we go. She's a pretty girl. Now, with all of the Dollfie Dreams that were released after May 2011, meaning everything after Airy and Neris that came out, they will all have the new soft vinyl heads, so it's actually really easy to remove the eyes. If you have any of the older Dollfie Dreams and you decide that you want to take their eyes out, you may have a little more resistance. You can't just squeeze like I did and pop the glue out. So for that, I actually would recommend using one of these carving knives. This one is from Volks, and it's nice because it has a pointed end as well as a flat end. I prefer to use the flat end just so that I don't chip the vinyl. And they're nice because there's a bit of a flex to them, and they're great just to pry around the edge of the glue. And also when you're puttying the eyes in, they're nice. It's nice because it's nice and long, and you can just press the putty in when you can't get your fingers in there. If you don't have one of these and you don't want to make an online order from Volks, you can just go to Sephora or the drugstore and buy one of these. This is a nail cuticle pushing tool. So you'd find it in your nail supply aisle where the nail polish and nail clippers would be kept. And it's a very similar shape. You see, it's just not as long, but it also does the trick. Oops. So I hope that tutorial was helpful. It took less than 10 minutes to change her eyes out, so if you're ever in the mood to take some default eyes out, you can try it, and it's not scary. It's actually a very simple process. So I hope this was helpful, and thank you for watching.